You know, adding enclosures can make your lines sound more complex and interesting. And in this video, I'm going to explain what enclosures are and give you simple exercises to practice to start adding enclosures in your lines. So for the best music performance and improvisation tips, subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below. You know, enclosures are an important technique that great players like Charlie Parker used all the time to create intricate lines. So what exactly is an enclosure? Well, it's the use of usually two notes preceding a target note. And these two notes consist of a higher note and a lower note. Now, a common enclosure is where the upper note is a scale tone higher than the target note and the lower note is a half step lower than the target note. Now, in fact, some Charlie Parker melodies have enclosures in them. Okay, that's from Billy's Bounce. That one had an extra note. And Blues for Alice. Now, I'd really recommend that you listen to Charlie Parker's melodies and practice the Omni book to get this language in your ears and in your fingers. Does this make sense so far? If so, type sense in the comments below. And stay tuned to learn my 4-step system for figuring out and practicing enclosures. And hey, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so you know when more videos from me come out. So how do you practice enclosures? Okay, step 1. Really work on your chromatic scale and be mindful of every note that you're playing. Be able to go up from any note and go down from any note. Be able to move in parts of the chromatic scale. Up and down, or down and up. Okay, that's where you know you're going to have full mastery of the chromatic scale. And knowing your chromatic scale will help you to figure out those upper and lower neighbor notes. A big mistake I see from students is they memorize the fingerings of the chromatic scale instead of thinking of each note. Don't make that mistake. All right, step number 2, identify your goal note and practice your lower neighbor notes going to those goal notes first. So let's say we're in the key of C, all right, and let's take a C chord. C, E, G. Okay, a little off in the singing there. All right, identify the lower neighbor notes. So if C is the target note, half step lower is going to be B. Okay, now if E is the target note, we want to go a half step lower, and that's going to be D sharp. If G is the target note, we want to go a half step lower to F sharp. Now let's say we want to make that a C7 chord, C dominant 7. Okay, so we have this part so far. Okay, the 7th is B flat, the half step lower is A. Hey, listen, by the way, it's best to learn this by ear. I know it takes a long time in the beginning. I know, I get it. But the more you do it, you're going to develop your ears and you're going to be able to learn more complicated lines more quickly and you'll internalize it better. Step 3. Identify the upper scale note and practice that going to the goal note. So again, C chord. All right, so the upper scale note from C is D. The upper scale note from E is F. The upper scale note from G is A. Let's say it's a C7 chord. The upper scale note from B flat is going to be C, not B natural, C. Let's stick with the scale tones. Okay, so sometimes the upper note may only be a half step away, but for right now, let's keep it simple. Okay, stick with the scale tones. Again, practice this until you have it in your ears. and in your fingers. Step 4, combine them. Combine the upper and the lower neighbors. So D, C, B, F, D sharp, E, A, F sharp, G, C, A, B flat. Notice how I sang it, okay? That's a little secret special sauce right there, okay? If you can sing it, that's also going to help you as well, all right? Now, a little extra thing here. You know, enclosures aren't always upper, lower, and then target. It could be the other way around. It could be lower, upper, target. Okay, there could be extra notes in there. There's many ways to do it, but for this video, just doing the basics, all right? And once you have the basics in your ears and fingers, you could start to expand that, all right? Now here's another little tip too. Use a device like iReal Pro, okay, an app like iReal Pro. You could even use Tonal Energy or Band in a Box and create a backing track, just a one-chord backing track, and practice those enclosures on those goal notes. Hear what those enclosures sound like. Hear what that tension and the resolution of that tension sounds like. That's going to be really important. So did you like this video? Well, like it, and be sure to subscribe to be the first to know when my new videos come out. I hope this video helps you create cooler lines, more complex lines. So again, as a recap, start with the key of C, practice your lower neighbors, your upper neighbors, put them together. All right, and when this is solid, go to the next key and lather, rinse, and repeat. Do the same thing. Now, if you still feel stuck with your improvisation, it's really important to know what your improvisation type is so that you know what to work on next, the next best thing to work on. If you want to find out your improvisation type, you should take my short quiz. And after you complete it, you're going to get a free video lesson with your next best improvisation step. So click on the link above or in the description below, take the quiz, and get your free video lesson. Hey, thanks for joining me. And on that note, take care. Have a great day.